Hello traders, today in this video we'll be doing our weekly market analysis for the date from 14 June 2021 towards 18 June 2021. We'll be doing this analysis for the pair such as GBPUSD, Gold, GBPAUD, JPY, EURUSD and Bitcoin. Now before we start, if you haven't subscribed to this channel yet, then please make sure to hit the subscribe button down below and also give this video a thumbs up. We do live trading every day on the London and New York session overlap. So if you want to trade with us live, then make sure to subscribe and stay tuned. So on the GBPUSD chart, we are in a higher one-day time frame, doing this analysis on a weekly basis. So we're going to look at the chart on a higher time frame. We'll also be breaking it down to a lower time frame as well. So on the GBPUSD chart on a one-day time frame, we can see GBPUSD is currently retesting this uptrend line that it has been following for a couple of days for the third time over here, and it's also retesting a pretty major key zone that you can see all this price retesting this major key zone. And we also drew another key zone over here that the price is currently respecting, and it's kind of consolidating between these two zones and kind of having a hard time breaking out of this zone. So if GBPUSD makes a breakout of this zone by bullish momentum, that might also be that will also be a retest on this trend line and then the trend continuation. But if GBPUSD makes a break below this trend line and also make a break and close below this zone, then it might come towards this zone over here. So we're gonna wait to see if GBPUSD makes a break and close above this zone, and if it does, then we're gonna wait for it to form a bit of a structure on a lower time frame, like 15 minutes to 30 minutes or even 5 minutes time frame, and then we can enter on the break of that structure with more bullish momentum. But if GBPUSD doesn't do that and continues moving down by breaking below this trend line and this zone, then if you go to a shorter time frame, like let's go to a 30 minutes time frame. So how we gonna take the entry is that if GBPUSD makes a break and close below this zone, then we can either wait for GBPUSD to form a bit of a structure in like 5 minutes time frame, then enter on the break of that structure, or we can wait for GBPUSD to make a pullback towards pretty strong key zone. Suppose something like here, you see there's a key zone over here. So if GBPUSD after breaking below this zone comes to retest these zones again, or any other key zone that it might form in the coming days, then we can enter on the pullback of to that zone as well. So that's how we're gonna take an entry on GBPUSD depending on which way GBPUSD actually might make a breakout. So that's the analysis for GBPUSD. Now we're gonna look towards gold. So on the gold chart, we can see like gold is also retesting this major trend line. It is respecting this zone as well. We drew these both zones over here and here, and as you can see, and these both zones has been respected multiple times over the course of previous months. On a daily time frame, it's been showing up. So if the gold does break out of this zone and continues moving up, then it would be the continuation of this trend line. And we're gonna keep an eye on this zone over here, that for the gold to come in the upcoming weeks, that if gold does make a break out of this zone, then we're gonna keep our eye on this zone for gold to reach. And if it doesn't happen and gold continues to break below this trend line and this zone, then we're gonna keep an eye on this zone for gold to reach. So when you're trading it on the day, so you should wait for gold to make a break and close below this zone, and then make a pullback towards some key zones. Like if you go to a 4-hour time frame, let me mark those zones. Like, okay, if gold breaks and close below this zone, then you can like mark these zones for gold to make a pullback to. And also you can use Fibonacci retracement tools like this. You can if let's say gold made a breakout towards this area right over here, then you can draw a Fibonacci retracement tool and see and then combine the Fibonacci retracement tool with these key zones over here to make your entry. You see like this major key zone is also on the level such as 0.618, which is pretty strong key level on Fibonacci tool. So you can combine that Fibonacci tool with key zones to make your entry on the pullback. or you can wait for gold to form a bit of a structure after breaking below these zones, and then you can on a shorter time frame, of course, like 5 minutes to 15 minutes time frame, and then you can enter on the break of those zones of that structure on the way down with more bearish momentum. You know what I'm saying? So that's my analysis on gold. So the same rule applies on the way up, like if gold makes a break out of these zones. So let me just show an example to you guys of what I mean by break of structure. So you see this is a pretty strong key zone, right, over here on a 50 minutes time frame. So after gold made a break out of this structure over here, or this zone, you should wait for gold to form another structure. So here's another structure. If you go to a 5 minutes time frame, you'll see it better. So you see after gold made a breakout, there is a structure, bullish momentum, and then there is the zone or this holding structure, and then you can take an entry on the break of that structure with more bearish momentum and setting your stop loss over here like this. So that's what I mean, like when I talk about should enter on the break of a structure on a lower time frame after price makes a breakout of a pretty strong key zone. Now we're going to look at GBPUSD chart, and we're looking at this chart on a daily time frame. So on the GBPUSD chart, you can see like GBPUSD currently broke out of this structure over here, but is now retesting a pretty major key level over here, which has been retested multiple times over the course of previous years. You see all these retests. This was a retest on 2018. So it is a pretty strong key level, and GBPUSD is currently retesting that. And after retesting, GBPUSD had huge bearish momentum, came down, and again trying to make a pullback. So it's currently making a pullback or retest on towards this zone over here. So my expectation is that GBPUSD might go down after retesting this zone by breaking below this zone. So to go short on GBPUSD, you should wait at this zone to see if GBPUSD does make a breakout from this zone with more bearish momentum, and then you can enter on the after the break and close below this zone. But then again, if you want to trade in a short time view, then draw some trend line and draw some zones in the short time frames. Like there's a pretty strong key zone. So if GBPUSD is respecting this zone, then the chance of GBPUSD to come down even by breaking this zone is high. But if GBPUSD makes a break out of this zone, then it might come towards this zone over here. So you can like go to 50 minutes time frame or stuff like that if you are looking to trade on the bullish side on GBPUSD. But then again, don't enter short if GBPUSD doesn't make a break and close below this zone, because after breaking a break out of this zone, that's gonna be your confirmation for GBPUSD to be going down towards this zone, or even maybe heading even lower down. So just wait to see what GBPUSD does towards this zone or this zone. So use those both zones along with other tools as your confirmation for to enter on the trades on the upcoming week. Now we're gonna take a look on GBPGPY chart. So on the JPY chart, this inverted cup and handle pattern is still information that we drew way before. So let's see, let's zoom in. Now on the GBPGPY chart, you see how it's getting shrinked between this triangle kind of pattern over here. We drew these important key zones, but the zones that we should be looking at right now is these both zones. If GBPGPY makes you see I tried to make a break out of this zone, but then again closed above this zone over here, is respecting this zone right now, and also in the same way it's respecting this zone as well. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna wait to see if GBPGPY makes a break and close below this zone. Then we'll be looking for GBPGPY to be coming towards this zone or even down with more bearish momentum, since it would be also a break of this trend line that it has been following for a couple of days. So let's just wait. If it does make a break out of this zone, then you can enter on the pullback towards any key zone on the shorter time frame, or you can wait for it to form some sort of structure again on a shorter time frame, and you can enter on the break of that structure with bearish momentum as well. So let's go towards EURUSD. Sorry, I should have covered EURUSD earlier, but I kind of forgot about it. Okay, let's see. Now EURUSD broke out of this trend line, as you can see clearly, made some retest towards this pretty good zone over here, you see. So after breaking out this trend line with bearish momentum, it made some retest towards this zone over here. You do see that zone, right? So yep, so after and if you draw some Fibonacci retracement tool as well, you can see it better. You see that was 0.786 level, so it made a retest to that Fibonacci level and also this key zone over here, and then came down with bearish momentum. So what I expect is that EURUSD might make some more pullback towards this zone, maybe, yes, towards this zone, and then come towards this zone altogether, or it might come towards this zone and then make some pullback and continue moving down, forming more downtrend line over here. The reason for me to think like that is that because EURUSD made a break out of this trend line, and also it has more bearish momentum, as you can see over here. But so you should wait for EURUSD to make a pullback towards this zone, and then you can take your entry on the way down, or you can wait for EURUSD to actually make a if you're looking at it on the long-term point of view, to actually go short, then you should wait for EURUSD to actually make a break out of this zone over here, then you can enter short on EURUSD. So those are the two ways of trading on EURUSD for now. Now we're gonna look at BTCUSD and Bitcoin. So there's a lot of news on Bitcoin, and like a lot of good news about Bitcoin that has been happening for a couple of days. I'm sure you guys already know these things. I'm not gonna dive into fundamental analysis for now. I'm not gonna dive into about the news. You heard about El Salvador and other good news about Bitcoin. So things are looking well for Bitcoin on the fundamental way, but then I'm doing a technical analysis over here. So in the point of technical analysis view, it is forming a bit of a triangle over here. It formed a bit of a triangle over here, just like over here it formed. If you just clone this and then drag it over here, so almost like the similar case kind of here, and then made a break out of this triangle pattern over here. You can see also there's a strong key zone, and that zone is also aligning with this zone over here. So you can see what's happening on Bitcoin. It's almost similar case over here. So there's a lot of good news about Bitcoin. So a possible breakout on the way up is pretty expecting. So just wait for BTCUSD to make a break out of this zone over here, and then you can look to enter long on Bitcoin. I think that would provide more solid confirmation for Bitcoin to go actually long, and also keep an eye on these both zones. Just look where Bitcoin heads up in the next upcoming days. So that's my analysis on all these pairs. Hope you guys enjoyed the analysis, and if you did, then please make sure to subscribe to our channel. We do live trading every day on London and New York session overlap. So if you want to trade with us live on the intraday, on the day when we're gonna show when we're placing our trades, how we're placing our trades, and how are we looking at the charts in what way. So if you want all of that, then please make sure to subscribe to the channel, and also invite your friends to subscribe to the channel. Check out the channel. If they like it, then please share the videos as well, and give this video a thumbs up. So that's it for today's video. We'll see you again on the next week's market analysis.